Joining me here in the studio, Democratic Congressman Steve Cohen of Tennessee is a member of the House Judiciary and Ethics Committees. Wow, 2 weeks in a row. Good for me.
Doesn't it sound like an oxymoron to say Intel chairman and Nunes?
Oh, I'm not going to go there. You could say that. Anyway, I do want to get your reaction, and I think you may have just said that, to what Chairman Nunes was saying there, because when you listen to the president in the Oval Office yesterday, didn't sound like Rod Rosenstein's job was safe.
It's not safe. Trump will do whatever he can to get away with what he's done with the Russians. He knows what he did with the Russians during the campaign. He knows what the Russians have on him, and that's affecting our government. That's why the sanctions that were passed overwhelmingly, almost unanimously by Congress, were not imposed last Monday as they should have been. That's why he has not released his taxes. That's why he is just loves Putin. I'm just wild about Vladimir, and that's what's going on. And we've had a foreign entity, our most feared and reviled enemy, Russia, who despises the whole idea of democracy and free government and free press, take over, have an influence over our president that is harmful. It's disgraceful, so to speak.
Let's look at, though, the last 24 hours. We've had time to pore over this memo. And if it does not change the Russia investigation, as Democrats claim that it may, what's the harm of putting this memo out there?
Well, it destroys the camaraderie of the FBI and the Justice Department. I mean, they've got to feel like they've been picked on, they're being attacked. And
Christopher Wray had to put out that memo to boost up morale.
And Ray's a great guy, and it revealed sources and methods which never should have been released, and it sets a precedent of releasing information. But this was something that was created. This memo wasn't created to help the Intelligence Committee. It was created to be released, and it was created to be released without the Democratic memo to respond to it being released contemporaneously, because it's all a political show. Government and the Intelligence Committee, which is supposed to be sacrosanct and one of our most revered committees, and has been destroyed. We don't think of it that way, and we won't again. This is simply a 4-page, poorly drafted, shallow memo written for the purpose of being disclosed and creating a sideshow, so we won't talk about what Trump has done with Russia, why he's trying to avoid this investigation, why he doesn't want Mueller to go forward, why he doesn't release his taxes, and all the other things he's done. The election was tampered with by the Russians. Intelligence has told us that. We know it, and we've done nothing to stop it. And CIA Director Pompeo said they're going to get involved in the 2018 elections, and we've done nothing to stop it. This is the biggest story in the United States of America, and we're talking about this sideshow, which is what Trump wants, and what he learned from Roy Cohen, who was a despicable person resting in hell.
What about the Democratic memo and the likelihood of its release, and when? How do you see that?
It'll be discussed on Monday, and at Intel, Adam Schiff will try to have it released. If it is, it'll be great, because it'll let the full facts be out there and show all the information that the FISA judges had before them. They had plenty of information. They had knowledge there was political operatives involved. And Carter Page, he's a sideshow, but you have to think, why did Trump hire Carter Page? Nobody in their right mind would have hired Carter Page. But his Russian contacts and his limited ability and his questionable psychological state. But I think it should have been released contemporaneously. The fact is, neither of should have been released. They should have dealt with it in intelligence. Adam Schiff tried to get the Intelligence Committee to have a full hearing in questioning of the FBI before the entire Congress in a classified setting, or before the Intelligence Committee, which is always classified, and the Republicans voted it down. They didn't want to question the FBI. They wanted to create a show. This is like Al Capone taking on the IRS. It's absurd.
I'm going to let that be the last word for now. Steve Cohen of Tennessee, thank you. It's good to see you.
You're welcome, Alex. Good to be with you. And the Super Bowl, 2 Memphis kickers and Justin Timberlake at halftime. Great show for Memphis.
You are just a happy guy tomorrow, that's for sure. Thank you so much.